2023 February 23rd. I raise in this video to give you warning about the third war to country security building you are behind this laptop, behind my information. So that security building you are, they are in the risk, mister. If it's not happening, but no guarantee tomorrow or next week what is coming to happening. My plan to destroy the Muslim and India culture in your country, in Canada, in Canadian Security Service building, on the criminal investigation, what they did cost behind my future. And you are responsible, your government, before major earthquake coming to your country, you bring in these two culture on the world news. World news received that they did crime behind my future, especially India culture, in Canadian Security Service, Ontario, Toronto, connect the Arab Muslim in Ottawa, connected to BC, Vancouver, they did this crime. So these few province, which is the 7 provinces, in the risk for attack by space coming to your government, because according to the space God said your government is responsible for giving job to criminal or terrorists. India criminal culture or terrorists, Muslim, Arab. I bring it to you evidence of the space coming to bring in this attack by space to your country, to freezing these two culture under my investigation. I understand a space war will raising third war, atomic explosion coming, mister, to happen. That building, you give job to this culture, that building is in the risk to be on the nuclear atomic explosion, mister. And I bring it to you evidence, gentlemen, my mission about I bring it to you here. 4 horsemen coming, according to information I have in the Bible, prophecy, 4 horsemen coming, and Christian people from church, they don't know. And Christian people, maybe Christian people casting interruption behind my future, wherever they have give job behind my future, to not I prove writer of white horse is coming from God.
Confusing these two. This tells me Satan is clearly at work trying to confuse people about who this writer is. The views people hold are on complete opposite ends, and these are the views people hold and discuss. Now I'm going to tell you they're all wrong. I'm going to share with you who he really is. Are you ready? He is the end time prophet. Jesus calls him Elijah the prophet. He is the forerunner to Christ's second coming. We studied in Revelation 5 that Jesus takes the scroll from God the Father, which is sealed with 7 seals. The scroll is the right to judge the earth. Once those seals are open, the judgment begins. So at the very beginning, when Jesus is about to kickstart end-time events, Jesus breaks the first seal, and this writer is immediately sent out. His job is twofold. Number 1 is to prepare the church for the rapture. Number 2 is to conquer the world for Jesus.
This is a message come, and this message, this information coming according to this person 100%, this person from thousands, I can say more, from few million Christian, this person have right information. To bring it to you, gentlemen, know that this is a white horse, and this is all 4 horse you bring it. And this white horse, you can see that is from God. You can look to his face, and you can look to all these 3 horse is the from darkness. So this white horse, writer coming according to information by sword of the Israel Mikhail, and this White Horse writer, which is the many interruption I got from Muslim terrorists in Canada and India culture to not I raising basically or give information to the world these two culture casting that, which is the I make deal with these two culture in Canada. According to this man, government of Canada coming under major investigation, and finally they bring in these two culture under my investigation because they cannot hide in that by 9.1 earthquake to Canada or 8.7 earthquake in Canada coming. I want investigation to this culture to completely destroy these two culture in Canada. You can say by 4 tsunami earthquakes, which is I did bring before in the Abbotsford flat happening. To wake up call was to BC Vancouver to freeze in India culture. They did or they did not, but coming serious war. According to information, 9.1 earthquakes is on the way. To freeze in this culture under my investigation, because writer of White Horse here is speaking to you, gentlemen. I am here, writer of White Horse here, and I be interrupt in Canada, many part, I don't know exactly Canada did that, or other side from United States, black culture did that, or from Israel, Jewish people do that, to not bring the second come of Christ message. Or church do that, church people, average church people is going on the hill, according to this man here. He will not be merciful to you, Christian, who you are behind my computer, behind my cell phone. Because according to the Bible, average will not make it. You can go read the Bible. Jesus said, I tell you truly, average of you in the end, they cannot make it. You're going on the hill, Christian culture. Those, their heart is like rock. And I spit to your face, Christian people. Those, you have heart, rock heart. I spit to your face today, Ferrante, your God. And I bring it to you, writer of White Horse, which is here, is speaking to you, gentlemen. Writer of White Horse, intelligent coming from space, and his war raising in the space against the Antichrist, against the satanic operation, against this operation, against this operation, which is the money of this operation has been already impacted by my information to the basically angel of the God. No, that's already, they did impact by my information in the space. Time is coming. And I bring it to you, prophecy here, gentlemen, what they told.
True. There could be devastating consequences. If the Earth moves any closer to the Sun, we would face increased radiation and a massive increase in temperatures. On the other hand, if the planet moves further away, the world could plunge into an ice age and increased hours of darkness.
23% die in the earth because darkness raising by ice. But sun take off, sun go back.
Number 2. Solar tsunami. Baba Vanga's second prediction for 2023 is said to be a solar storm on a scale never before seen.
I told to the US Navy and US Marine people, and this going to happen.
Solar storms are bursts of energy from the sun which send electrical charges, magnetic fields, and radiation towards Earth. They can be as powerful as billions of nuclear bombs.
But this is a subject I bring to you, nuclear bomb. It's time of the nuclear bomb coming, gentlemen. Because the writer of the White Horse, which is here, this gentleman is speaking. And writer of the White Horse is the here. And he is speaking clearly. Nuclear atomic explosion coming to happen. To the those culture I told, they do crime behind my future inside that building, the special that top building that government give job to them, which is their security building beyond the atomic explosion. And when you can, the world can see that the thousands of these people be killed inside that security building, world will step down, believe me, because this war is not going to end it soon. This war is only begin, gentlemen, to bring this culture on the death under my investigation, or they change, but I don't believe they are going to change before at least 5 to 10,000 this culture be killed inside Canada in Canadian Security Service building to raising this news in the world. I bring it to you evidence, gentlemen, of the White Horse mission. And you can see that sun here, gentlemen. I bring it to you here. And this part here, which is I did give warning to BC, Vancouver, the government, there is major earthquake risk coming any moment because ability of the White Horse, the connection to the spiritually battle space, bringing fire from sky or earthquake to tsunami, which is I want to investigation to the government of Canada, to two culture or three culture maybe, to Arab Muslim in Canadian Security Service, they give job, and to the India culture in the BC Vancouver in Canadian Security Service, and to their government, to the Iranian people if they are behind that, by this tsunami earthquake I raising from the space to their government, which is not happening, but I must give the message before this man released in very soon, because third war space raising behind me to destroy in this culture inside the first government office they have job to their security building by TNTi atomic explosion. I bring it to you, gentlemen, here. This is a mission. Many people received that already. They call this dust storm because which is the wrong information they send to the news, and this information is wrong. They are the wake-up call from the Mars to raising a special operation to raising the sign in the space from Moon to the Mars to protect the many country from the major attack coming from space. And especially those countries, they are not ready, like China or Iran, or those countries, they are not ready. Especially United States, if they, and I don't know, gentlemen, United States, what United States doing, whatever USA do, gentlemen, today by USA Navy, Marine, by left side, behind my information, everything have consequences in coming in the news, because as well I did told you here, this is on the way, gentlemen, in short time, I can tell you that, in very short time, because God give already to USA Navy deadly warning to they raise my information, but they did or they did not, they be responsible when their wife coming on the news and cry for blood of the Navy and Marine fall inside the United States. And DIA, CIA fly on the sky, but FBI fly on the sky for this corruption and crime behind my future. This was reason by Spirit, gentlemen, to comfort, and I understand, I bring it to you evidence here.
That they formed later. It's clear that only very powerful underground tremors are capable of moving these huge boulders. However, until recently,
you can see that underground movement of the Mars is the operation of the satanic operation, gentlemen. As well, I don't need it to bring in the video, because before I bring this video to you, I understand I have a vision of the Mars underground or above the land of the Mars, who is sitting there. I have vision of that. I know exactly who they are sitting there and what they're trying to do in there. 23% in the earth they're trying to kill. And this 23% be India culture, whole thing completely be ashes in the India. This 23% China government is in the risk. Iranian government is in the risk, 23% in the earth. Many parts for this 23% in the risk, but before they bring earthquake by justice of God to the west, which is the Canada, is the one of the country, justice of God coming behind them. My case in Canada to freezing the Canadian Secret Service and their government. So I bring it to you sign, gentlemen. This sign is very, very serious sign. You can see that here. Demon sign by rock you can call, but it's not rock. This is a flying object inside the Mars, and they connected by the communication. You can see here what the communication with that. When you enter the satanic operation things, they have sign, they have a statue of the demon, but this is the same thing in the Mars underground. You can see when they enter their gates, you can see here, you enter this gate, you must see, you must pass these people, which this is a truth, demonic demon operation and a statue in the Mars. So this is a war, gentlemen, coming. If United States not wake up and carry on their agenda, I can say to you only, you gentlemen, United States Navy, Marine, and CIA, DIA, FBI be destroyed in United States. Completely United States land be destroyed. If Arab Muslim behind that, costing that, all the Arab country coming on the TNTi atomic explosion to destroy the Arab nation in the world. If Iran is behind that subject doing all this crime, terrorist movement, behind my subject, behind my mission, Iran is the dead country, gentlemen. Iran is my own country, but I tell you the truth. If Iran did that so far, Iran, those agents, Iran, those people, they are dead, walking, traveling all over, because they are dead people walking. If 1% Iranian people cast in this crime, behind my internet, behind my page interruption, Iranian government coming on the Sudan and Gomorrah. I bring third war from space to freeze in this culture in the world. So this information coming, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you to know that you are not too far from third war to coming. You are one step far for this third war. And third war coming first to the west, which is the United States and Canada. But between United States and Canada, space will make decision who doing all this crime. United States behind the Canada do that, or Canada do that for to get more power. So this is agenda, gentlemen. I bring it to you, to all of you receive that. According to the information we have here, Canada is in the risk. Prophecy has been already sent to the Canada, to the few parts. There is a great shake coming in Canada, which is a great earthquake coming in Canada. Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec, Ontario. You can imagine at least 100,000 buildings be destroyed in Canada. That is a subject which is that this earthquake is on the way to come. Because God, I understand, not allowing India culture or Muslim Arab have future in Canada with their wife and children. Whatever they build, I can promise you today, 2023, whatever they build is going to be destroyed in Canada. They come with the empty hands and dust in their head on the street, and government of Canada is unlimited. They cannot have money to fix it because they come in apply in the world for bankruptcy, for donation, for help. And no donation in the world can give cover 200,000 buildings. I'm talking about Quebec, Ontario, Montreal, Ottawa, Nova Scotia, Saint John, to come into part of the BC Vancouver is on the risk, gentlemen, for the acts of God coming. To bring my investigation to this Muslim Arab in Canadian Secret Service under, I don't know, their RCMP, they have job, or India culture. This is coming by my investigation. Or Iranian casting that interruption affect Iranian coming on the breaking world news under my investigation because this earthquake, nobody can cover this earthquake. Few earthquake coming to the government of Canada to completely removing the country agenda for the Muslim agenda in future of Canada or India agenda. I send in same time to you, England, to know that you are on the most serious MI6, to know that for nuclear atomic explosion to you, England coming MI6, and you must prepare India culture in the England for many of you die, many of you be killed. India culture in England, in their government, parliament, and their security MI6, because my war coming against you by space to destroy in your culture, basically 70% in the earth. Those countries give you job, and they can see that this is truth and reality. Many of you be killed by TNT atomic explosion to security building. They give you job, or parliament building. They give you job. This information coming to the world news, gentlemen, because of the God interest to raising this information, and many people receive that. I bring it to you, gentlemen, here. This was the mission. Which is the United States Navy, the United States Marine, or CIA, FBI. They have no value today to raising this mission, which is, I believe, this mission will not be raised, and United States will destroy, gentlemen. Canada, we will destroy, and United States. For basically, before second come of Christ come in, and we raising China and Russia and Iran. If Iran is not stopping this shitty terrorist movement, Iran big consequences by atom nuclear explosion, gentlemen. Iran must come very disrespect to all the world, and very humble and very love to the other country. To I cover the Iran, but I did cover the Russia, China for this mission, because United States is not value. They lost their value to black culture in United States, and black culture criminal, gentlemen. They want to rule in the Canada. They want to rule in the Canada and United States. So it is no chance. I can tell you, third war coming to that culture inside the United States. So this is a mission, gentlemen. Here. You see that this ship turned in left is miss left wings, respect to the sun, and turn right, respect to the sun. Bow down before sun. And bow down before sun, before he traveling. So this is an angel ship, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who building this MPL 3D solar system traveling from the sun to the earth by speed of light, is meaning traveling from earth to the sun, which is I bring it to you here. This is a mission. Before earth going closer to the sun, we must raise this mission before sun coming closer to the earth. So this is a mission, gentlemen, I have to raise, but this mission will be raised somehow, somewhere, by some parts in the world. We are going to cooperate and raising this mission. If NASA not raising by information I give, NASA losing their future in the world, because NASA be impact in the space, ladies and gentlemen, to bring in Sodom and Gomorrah to black culture in United States, for crime of this culture, to get criminal culture go forward as Obama culture team. So third war, according to information, ladies and gentlemen, I have here, as I told, third war coming to happening by space releasing TNT. This is the final of this video, mission of the White Horse writer, which is I did bring it to you here. This is a mission of the White Horse in the world. I bring it to you by sword of the San Medaton, Israel, Michael. And Jesus Christ is the command of the army behind the subject. Watched him. He's watching exactly, even this moment I send in this video, I understand they're watching very closely what is the step behind the subject you do. You know that we are not stupid. You are behind the laptop, computer, United States, and you did not help to go forward. My case, maybe you tell me Canada, you cannot overcome Canada, but it's lying. You did not, so because black culture would like to get power in United States, and they put you on the United States under control to these people get power and go forward, which is the connecting to the Canada, to Canada, basically do the future of the black culture, gender, or Muslim, Arab, India, or many parts. And this information coming to you, Israel, to know that final message God wanted sending to you, Israel, prepare for biggest atomic explosion to Israel coming by my investigation to you, to your government in Israel. And God wants government of Israel prepare for atomic nuclear explosion, raising by my investigation to Jewish people whom connected Canada and casting this crime behind my future.